What is morpheme? Morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit that has meaning. A morpheme cannot be divided into smallest meaningful language form, whether it can stand alone or not. Morpheme can be illustrated with words such as those shown down below. For example, unbreakable. It has three morphemes. That's unbreak and able. Flies is to have two morphemes. It's fly and s. Technique is only have one morpheme. Free morphemes. A free morpheme is a morpheme that can stand alone as a word without being attached to any other morpheme. It already has meaning by itself. Morphemes are further divided into two groups, namely lexical morpheme and functional morphemes. Lexical morpheme. Lexical morpheme is a free morpheme that has lexical meaning, which mean uh, which means a meaning that is clear, concrete, and can stand alone without being attached to another morpheme. In other words, a lexical morpheme is a core meaning of a word in a sentence. It represents object, action, qualities, and or states. Characteristics of lexical morpheme. Uh, for the first one, it can stand alone as a meaningful word. The second is has lexical meaning, the actual or dictionary meaning. For the third, it belongs to the open class of word, meaning that new word can continuously be added as the language develops. For the fourth, serve as the main element in forming the meaning of a sentence. The fifth can take additional bound morphemes like prefix, suffix, infix, and etc. without losing its basic meaning. For the example, noun car, teacher, cat, and for the verb example is run, eat, play, sing. For the adjective, big, happy, smart, and for the adverb, quickly, slowly, and well. For the example of sentence, the cat run fast. It's lexical morpheme. The cat run fast. All three have real meaning. Cat run fast. She is beautiful teacher. Lexical is have a lexical morpheme. Beautiful and teacher indicate a quality and a person with a profession. They play football every day, and the lexical morpheme is play and football and day. All of them can stand alone and have clear meaning. Functional morphemes. Functional morpheme is a free morpheme that does not have a complete lexical meaning but function to show grammatical relationship between words in a sentence. In other words, its functional morpheme does not give a concrete meaning, but rather play a role in structuring the sentence so that it makes sense grammatically. Characteristics of functional morpheme is for the first one do not have a clear lexical meaning but have a grammatical function. For the second can stand alone, belonging to the category of free morphemes. Uh, for the third belongs to a closed class, meaning that new words are rarely added to this group. For the fourth, usually function to connect, mark, or assist other words in a sentence. For example, for the preposition example, in, on, at, and to. For conjunction, and, but, because. And for the article is an, the. For pronoun he, she, they, and for determiner is my, those, every. For the example sentence, for the in, the cat in the box. In show the position of the cat. On, the books is on the table. On show where the books is located. To, she goes to school every morning. To show direction. Bound morphem. Bound morphem is a type of morphem that cannot stand alone as a word. It must be attached or bound to another morphem, usually a root or base word, to convey meaning. Bound morphem is divided into two main types: inflectional morphem and derivational morphems. Inflectional morphems. Inflectional morphems are bound morphems that are add to the end of the word, or usually called suffix, to indicate grammatical information such as this number, person, gender, case, or degree, without changing the word's basic meaning or its part of speech. In other words, inflectional morphems modify a word to fit its grammatical role in the sentence, but they do not create a new word. And characteristic of inflectional morphems is, for the first, they cannot stand alone. They must be attached to base or root word. They do not change the word class. Adding an inflection doesn't change whether a word is a noun, verb, or adjective. For the third, they express grammatically relationship. They show tense, number, position, and comparison. And for the fourth, they predictable and limited in number. English has only 8 inflectional morphemes. For example, for a noun is us or s, like books, cars, buses. For the verb is like ed, walk, jump. For the adjective, like it's like taller and faster. For example sentence, cats are playful. S mark plural noun. John's book is on the table. Us show possession. She she runs every morning. Us mark third person singular. They played football yesterday. It mark past tense. He is studying now. Ing show ongoing action. Derivational morphems. Derivational morphems are affixes that are added to the base or root word to create a new word or to change its grammatical category and meaning. They play a key role in the word information in English morphology. Characteristic of derivational morphems is, for the first, they create a new word. The derivational morphems form a new word with a meaning distinct from the base word. For the second, they can change the word class. Derivational morphem may shift a word grammatically category. For the third, they are not required by grammar. The use of derivational morphem is not grammatically necessary. It's for creating new vocabulary or not for sentence structure. And for the last, they are usually closer to the root than inflectional morphem. It, if both derivational and inflectional morphem appear in a word, the derivational one comes first. For example, for prefix is unhappy, unable, and untied. And for the suffix is able, like clearable, readable, and playable. For example sentence, the teacher explained lesson clearly. Teacher as a verb plus and become teacher as a noun. She act beautifully on stage. Beauty as a noun plus full. Beautiful is become beautiful as adjective. Beautiful, or it can be a beautiful adjective plus ly is become beautifully. Don't misjudge other too quickly. Judge plus judge plus as verb plus miss is become misjudge. Case 1. Morphem identification. I, on plus like, and go plus ing. 2. crowd plus it, place plus us, but, my, friend, like plus us, and them. In total, there is 16 morphemes in total. Case 2. Free or bound morphemes. For free morphemes, is there I, like, go, to, crowd, place, but, my, friend, like, them. And for the bound morphem is on, in, it, and to, us. How for number 3, how the prefix on and suffix us modify meaning and grammatically function. Prefix on for the function change the meaning of the base word to its opposite, like to enjoy or find pleasure, pleasant, unlike, become to not enjoy, opposite of like. Suffix us function non-plural marker. Place is singular or become place plural or more than one. Verb tense subject agreement marker. Like is a base form and is become likes is to become he, she, or it form. And for theoretical support, the motivation for roots in distributed morphology by David Embrick 2021. According to DM, roots are category neutral and morphological structure is tightly integrated with syntactic structure. Affix, both derivational and inflectional, are inserted after syntax, but their selection depend on syntactic or feature structure. And the second theoretical is from relation morphology, a cousin of construction grammar by Ray Jeckendorf and Jenny Audring 2020. Construction morphology holds that word formation pattern and inflectional pattern can be presented as a schemas or constructions stored in a lexicon grammar continuum rather than strictly separated module. Case number 2. Identify inflectional and derivational morphemes. Men is become derivational, creates new noun creates new noun from a verb, manage, change word, class, and meaning. Inflection is inflectional, indicate progressive aspect, is talking, same verb, new grammatical form. Full is derivational, it creates an adjective, hopeful from noun hope, as a new meaning and change word, class. It is inflectional, mark past tense of verb, played, no new word, class, or new lexeme, just a grammatical change. Explanation of meaning, grammatical function, and word class change. Manage to management. The meaning shift from the action verb to the process or system of managing noun. It creates a noun from a verb, giving a new lexical meaning, word, class, change, verb to noun. Talk to talking, adds progressive or continuous aspect. Its marked verb aspect, no new word is formed, only grammatical form. Word class change, no. For the word class change is there's no change. Hope into hopeful, change meaning from the act hoping to having a hope. It creates descriptive adjective word. For the word class change is verb or noun become adjective. Play into played, change the form present past tense, mark verb tense, no new meaning. For the word class change, there is no change. For number three, derivational sequence using tree structure management is managed as a verb plus -man as derivational suffix. It become management's noun. Talk as a verb plus ing as inflectional suffix is become talking as a verb continuous verb. Hopeful, hop as a noun and plus full as derivational suffix, it's become hopeful as adjective. Played, play as verb plus ed it in as inflectional suffix become played verb for past tense. Explanation with a morphological principle from two alternative sources. From implication of learning teaching from difference between intellectual and the derivational morphology by Yang Wenwen 2020. When we classified talk into talking and play into played as an inflection, we point out that word class remain verb to verb. The lexical meaning is the same, and what change is tense or aspect or number or agreement. That's alike with a Yang principle that inflection does not create a new lexeme, just modifies grammatical information. Uh, for the second for the second source is distribute morphology, an oratio pro domo by Marichke de Blader and Jan Don by 2022. Analysis of unlike management hopeful each other draw on the idea that derivational affix change the class or meaning of the base. DM claimed that derivational affix map to head the change lexical categorization support this. For example, verb manage plus month yield a noun. Lightning with DM view of affixation insert a new lexeme head. Case number 3. Number 1. Why when cannot be explained through regular morphological rules. The student claimed that when is the past tense of go because of the ed rule. This is incorrect because the verb go does not form its past tense by regular morphological process of adding the inflectional suffix it. The relationship between go and when is not morphological but lexical. They belong to two different roots that have become linked through semantic and grammatical function, not through a regular morphological rule. Number 2, definition of suppletion and the example. Suppletion is a morphological phenomenon in which entirely different root is used express a grammatical contrast such as tense, number, or degree rather than applying a regular inflectional morphology. In simple terms, a supplementive form occurs when there's no phonological or morphological connection between the base form and its inflected form. They are lexically unrelated but function as form of the same word. For the example is like go into when it have a different roots, or good become better or become best is a comparative and supremative are from different roots. Number 3, supplementive form in the mental lexicon. Supplementive form are represented in the mental lexicon as a separate but related entries that are linked semantically and grammatically. Each supplementive form, for example, like go, when, has its own phonological representation and lexical entry. However, they share a single lexical identity or lexeme that connect them under the one grammatical paradigm. Theoretical evidence from linguistic literature. For source is late insertion and root supplementation by Van den Wingert, 2021. Formal works on root supplementation address technical issue, how roots are represented, how vocabulary insertion rules are ordered, arguing that supplementive alternants are different vocabulary item associated with a particular feature bundle. This literature provides precise mechanism for how when can be a pass of Go without being morphological derived from Go. Case number 4. Number 1, morpheme decomposition. Greenhouse, a background green plus house, both free lexical morphemes, adjective or noun plus noun. Blackboard plus board, both free lexical morphemes, adjective or noun plus noun. Smartphone, smart plus phone, both free lexical morpheme, adjective or noun plus noun. Pickpocket, pick plus pocket, pick as a verb root, pocket as a noun root. Historically, a verb plus noun compound turned into a noun. All four are compound built from the free morphemes. Number 2, in the identifying endocentric and exocentric. Greenhouse is endocentric, denotes a subtype of house, a house-like a structure used for growing plants. For the head is house. Blackboard is endocentric, denotes a kind of board, or a board that is black or used like a board. For the head is a board. Smartphone, endocentric, denotes a kind of phone, a phone that is smart, or it has advanced feature. For the head is phone. Pickpocket is exocentric, denotes not a kind of pick or a kind of pocket, but a person who pick a pocket. No internal elements names the semantic head. For example, the difference category. Meaning comes from the wall. Number 3, discuss how meaning emerges from the compound, thus the meaning depends on head or modifier. An endocentric compound, greenhouse, blackboard, smartphone. Head determines the lexical category and central meaning type. In English, the head typically gives an ontological type, house, board, and phone. Exocentric compound, pickpocket. Meaning is not subtype of either element. The compound denotes a different semantic type, a person. So neither pick nor pocket is the semantic head. Number 4, stress pattern and interpretation. Noun compounds tends to have a primary stress on the first elements, blackboard, greenhouse, smartphone, pickpocket. By contrast, an adjective plus noun phrase or a verb plus noun phrase typically has a stress on the head element, blackboard, greenhouse, pickpocket, as a verb phrase. How stress affect meaning? Compound phrase signal a lexicalized compound, single lexical item, and often endocentric reading. For example, like greenhouse is a glass or building for plant as a compound. Greenhouse, a house that is painted green, is used adjective plus noun. Number 5, theoretical perspective. How morphological structure affect phonetic realization English compound noun, by Bell, MJ, and Ben Hedia and Black, 2021. They find a stronger support for pragmatically support hypothesis. Longer duration correlate with a smaller morphological families. For example, fevers relates compound, and therefore more activation default that specific compound. The second theoretical headness and or grammatically anarchy by Freywald, Simon, H.G. and Mueller, 2022. The volume emphasized that compound meaning is not always straightforwardly head plus modifier. In the simplest resisted relation, sometimes the modifier play more of the determiner role or the compound is exocentric. Case 5. Number 1. Morpheme identification and classification. On is is a bound derivational prefix that negates the adjective. Belief is a free lexical root. Base verb with a concrete lexical meaning. Able is a bound derivational. Convert a verb belief into an adjective believable. Ness is bound derivational. Convert an adjective believable into a noun believableness. Morphological tree diagram. Morphological derivational process from a base to complex. The general order is start with a verb root belief and apply derivational suffix able become adjective believable. Apply prefix un as adjective unbelievable. Apply derivational suffix ness to noun unbelievableness. Number 3. Interaction of derivational and inflectional process. In this word, only derivational process are present. Derivational affix change lexical category and word meaning. Believe as verb become believable adjective via able. Believable adjective become unbelievable adjective via unbelievable adjective become unbelievableness as noun via ness. For the key point, derivational affix can change part of spec. Verb become adjective and adjective become noun. Prefix and suffix have a selectional restriction. For the example, ness must attach to adjective. The final word is polyrphemic, built via hierarchical sequential affixation, reflecting both meaning and category change. Implication of learning and teaching. For number 5, for the implication of learning and teaching from difference between inflectional and derivational morphology by Yang Wenwen 2020. Yang discussed between inflectional morphemes which change grammatical form but not lexical category versus derivational morphemes which is often change lexical category or meaning. For the second source, the theoretical issue in the word formation by Rochelle Lieber 2021. Lieber explores how word formation including derivation and inflection interact with a morphology and syntax and address whether the lexicon headless word formation or whether word formation is more integrated with syntax. Okay, I think that's it for me. I hope this helped and thank you and see you next time.